Last time on Polymorph Self, the epic saga of Seyda and her greatsword, and some elves too. I managed to escape the evil clutches of evil, and Bjorn and I witnessed the resurrection of our old new silver-headed nemesis. Even though we have lanterns in our backpacks, Onas had to show off his high beam spell, which brought some bumbling goblins straight into our path. Because of the lumpy drugged-out princess I had to carry, I didn't get to hit anyone this time. Our other nemesis, Hjani, may have been spotted doing something useful for once, but she is definitely still awful. And when our noble burden finally came to, Bjorn bluffed his way out of handing over his elixir vary. I let Hjani pose as our leader when she made use of the citizenship ring we found in an old barrow long ago.
I don't think that's possible.
My lady, we have orders from your father to ensure that you are safe.
Are you a citizen of the realm, sir? How dare you address me even directly, countering my idea?
Our leader here.
Hello. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Hjani. Second Captain Hjani, and I am in fact a citizen of the realm.
So you flash the ring. You flashed the ring that you got many episodes ago from the dead traitor ranger. He was in the mounds, right?
Yes, he was in the mounds.
Guy in the fedora with the whip.
Okay.
I apologize greatly for my underlings' disrespect of you, but we are very aware of the danger posed to you by the lack of elixir vary, and we want to get you home as soon as possible.
Okay, now since that's a real ring and she's exceptionally hungover / suffering, the only way she could possibly not buy it, not notice that that's not your ring, is if you rolled a natural 1 on D20.
All right. 13.
Phew. Okay. Okay. So she seems happy to talk strategy with you. So, well, why wouldn't we need what? Why wouldn't we? Why do you think we shouldn't go back there? What's the danger?
There's a necromancer of sorts that we met back there. We actually defeated him once already, but then saw him revive himself. We're not sure how we could fare against him, to be honest. And we would also have to take a couple of hours to search for this lost vial.
Do we have the ornithopter? It has a powerful weapon attached to it.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
It's amazing. I didn't have a chance to try it out, but I never thought I'd lay my hands on a legendary flame lance.
Ooh, a flame lance. That sounds good.
May I interject without being shouted down for not being a citizen? But
speak,
my lady,
go ahead.
You know how to operate this machine?
I do. There is a keyword. Only elves can use it. Once you've said the keyword and you hold the stick, it melds with your mind. It's not too bad. The only problem is I was out of my mind when I flew it and then lost my mind halfway through the flight, and then I woke up in a cage surrounded by weirdos.
What is that keyword, just in case?
It is the Elven for golden bird.
Oh, okay. Is that ornithopter?
No, but...
No. While the DM is looking up if he still had that written down in his note, what are Bjorn and Seyda talking to each other about in the background as this is going on?
This is such bullshit that I can't fly the ornithopter just because I'm not an elf. What if I wanted to fly a big giant golden bird? What am I supposed to do?
You are shit out of luck. Hold on a second. If she wants to take control of this crack team of ours, what will she have us do?
I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like any of this. Let's just get her back and then go and... I think there was an evil town with the evil guys. Let's go and...
I heard tell of a void.
Yeah, let's go fight the void.
And a dragon? A bone white dragon?
Micah, our little mate Micah. He's lost somewhere in the plains. Let's just get this elven hussy back to her dad.
Shh, guys, quiet.
Okay, in Elven, the word for gold bird is kata, K-A-T-A, lintu, L-I-N-T-U. Kata lintu. So what's the plan? Ornithopter, where is it?
Ornithopter the hell out of here.
Yeah, we hit it when we found it, which is how we found you as well. So let's go back to... Is it possible to get back to the ornithopter and then go back to the town in 48 hours?
You're asking me. I can't remember where I was 24 hours ago.
No, I'm asking my crew.
Oh.
Your crew.
Speak.
We get to the ornithopter. It was a day's march from the lookout to the ornithopter.
Even if we can't get back to the town, we'll be able to get to a lookout which has access to the vials.
Well, she was able to get off the ornithopter and get into a goblin camp and still stay alive without any...
Come on, it's an ornithopter. I think we can get back to the town in
All right,
2
let's do it.
days, easily 48
Oh,
hours.
and remember, there was that one kind of spent vial, and we did pour red elixir.
And you still
Are you
actually...
saying she
all
can
over-
lick it off the...
But you do
That's
actually
true.
still have the stuff, don't you? It's still that was all a lie, so it doesn't matter if we can't get back there in time. She can't hear us now because we're talking.
She's
away from her.
standing 2 feet away from you, and you are talking in character in that geographical location.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
Bjorn is looking at you as wide-eyed as he possibly can.
Ah,
Luckily for you, she seems out of it. She's
She's out.
staring across the
Milady,
snow-capped walls. Oh, yes,
why
sorry.
don't we have the barbarian carry you the way there?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine for now.
All right, let's just go then.
Where are we going? Which direction?
ornithopter.
Towards the Misty Mire, where the... No, was it?
Yeah, who's the
Yes.
Meyer?
The Misty Mire.
You have a map.
Yes, we do.
We're going here.
Who drew this map?
My
It's,
lady, I'm going to tell you, to look at this map, you might be a little offended.
Or turned on.
Okay, yeah, maybe you swing that way. Yeah, let's head back. We'll head to the Misty Mire.
Yes, Misty Mire, ornithopter, off we go.
Okay, you begin a kind of a march for the Misty Mire. Basically, by the time evening starts coming on, you will reach the lookout
Yes,
at the far edge of
that
the.
makes sense. Where the goth fun party was. That's
Yeah,
right.
so
Yes.
let me roll for
Yeah,
wilderness
yeah.
encounters before we actually reach there. So I'll let Onas do it. Roll a d6. If you get a
Okay.
6, something happens. Otherwise, you will make it.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, for the rest of the day, you march across the snow-swept high ground, putting as much distance between here and mission adherent as possible. And as the light starts to fade, you recognize the rocky slopes where you first espied the lookout and the goth party. You see the lookout cabin at the top. It appears deserted. You're losing light. You're at the bottom of the slopes, and ahead of you, the ground sort of slopes into the depression, which will eventually contain the Misty Mire about another 5 miles away. So you are at the foot of the slope where it says "Lookout" and it's time to camp.
Let's go up to the lookout because it's a good place to look out from.
Yeah, what if those
Fair
sick
enough.
guys are up there?
Well, if there's hobgoblins, no problem. If there's a goth perchy slam, I'm out of there.
We'll all quietly make our way up there, and then we can make camp if the coast is
It's a
clear.
goth hobgoblin perchy slam, then.
No, they moved on. Remember, I bluffed them back to the wolf country.
Yeah, but I meant goth hobgoblins. They're the worst goths.
Okay.
All right.
Goblins?
Gothlins. Hobgoblins.
RP Tiny Whiteblade joins Hjani in just sort of patiently waiting for looking at Onas, listening to your words and sort of waiting.
Let's go up the hill.
Well, you're the leader of this crack team. By the way, RP Tony, my lady, we call ourselves a crack team.
That's very nice.
Hjani, you are the leader of this outfit.
Yes.
And so she
Nominally.
should be. In fact, I just want to point out to you all, RP Tiny Whiteblade of the strangely lifeless
you have
eyes.
to do Prince Charles' voice for us to realize it's you.
Oh, right, I see. Okay. Now you've said that, I'm going to laugh too
The
much.
DM is blushing for those who aren't viewing this.
Yeah, I'm not going to start
Excuse
doing
me?
impressions on the pod here.
Well,
Arpitani actually gives the three of you who are not Hjani a stern look and says, yeah, I'd just like to point out as that Hjani here is a legitimate citizen of the realm when you're not, and you are treating her with shocking lack of respect. If you were doing this back in the town in front of me, you would be punished. And I mean punished. You'd be made an example of. Pay more respect to her,
Yes,
or
my lady.
we'll be hearing this when we get back. And that reminds me, and by the way, this conversation starts as you go up to the cabin, find it empty, and it's warm inside. Yeah, so as you're getting up to the cabin, getting inside, doing a quick sweep around the area and setting up, this is what she's saying to you guys. So this reminds me, now my mind is coming back to me. How did you even know I was gone? This is really bizarre. I was doing my own thing at my castle. I just, didn't plan ahead. Like, why are you even here? I thought that no rangers came out here because you're all a bunch of lazy traitors, essentially. But we'll get to that later. So, how do you even know I'm out here? How did you come to find me?
Milady, you stole an ornithopter.
You cannot steal. One may not steal what belongs to one.
I'm sorry, milady. Let me reword that. You took an ornithopter, one that has never flown in any instance
Living
of
memory.
living memory. And so that made quite a splash on our town.
In Lenake Raka?
Yes.
Who sent you to find me?
My lady, your father did, but we'd be glad to know that the people who led you astray have been dealt with severely in the most...
What? Wait, say that again. Give me who's been dealt with severely? How? Give me more information.
I think
They've
you were
been
obviously-
executed.
Who's
my
been
lady.
executed?
You were led astray by you were staying in that outpost, and there were some rangers there who were not the cream of the crop, let's say. And
Not like us.
They somehow allowed you to get into this situation, and we've been sent as a crack team to clean up their mess.
The rangers who were at Lunanami,
That's it.
my castle, were taken and executed.
Yes.
Who by?
Your father.
My father personally executed them.
No,
Your
your sister.
older sister.
Had a hand.
What did she look like? I've got two sisters and two brothers.
She had this kind of blade. Shing.
Wow. She looks at your frostblade and says, that looks like the twin of my sister's Karnatani
Kanatani.
white blades. Actually, the DM's going to pause and look that up in case he's fucked that up. I'm pretty sure it's Karnatani.
Are you a
white blades.
secret sister?
Well, considering I found this in a cave, probably not, but...
This is because she's Kanatani.
Oh, I had it written down in my notes before, but
Because you're
I left
Hjani.
them.
Hjani.
All of your elf
Hjani.
names sound the same.
Oh, I see.
And I'm back, and I didn't remember that wrong. So yeah, Karnatani, the frostbitten. Okay, Arpitani looks at you. She goes deep in thought, and she's like, "This is really strange." She seems to pause, and then she talks bizarrely freely for what you're about to hear. This is really shocking to you that she'd even tell you this.
We pull out our notebooks and are like, yes, please go on.
My father is on a holy mission on behalf of the Whiteblade family on the Wrecker. That castle was assigned to me. I was sent there by him to take it over. It's just that things didn't go according to plan. Those weren't rangers I was leading astray. They're my command there. He knows what's going on. The fact that he would take them back and say they'd somehow screwed up and execute them is very, very strange. The only reason I could think that he would do it is if he was trying to use some incident to hurry forward his plan for the 5th Protectorate.
My lady, we don't... would you like to explain what the 5th Protectorate is?
Okay, well, DM intervention, you know that the city of Kikathra, named after the country, is in the woods, and it's like a holy city that non-citizens can't even look at. And it's where the seers commune with the nature for elven magic. But the main capital, Kikathraxia, is ruled over by 4 noble families. And they each have a protectorate and a private army, which balances each other out. And House Whiteblade is one of them. There is no 5th Protectorate, and you know that Callus Whiteblade is from a minor branch of the family. He doesn't really have that much power in the thing. She would seem to be intimating that he's come to the Wrecker to purposefully...
A coup.
Yeah, to take it as his own private area
Okay.
and start like a 5th noble
House.
power base, yeah. So, and she's sort of like still a little bit out of it, sort of half saying out loud, her thinking out loud, and you're sort of suddenly becoming, privy to this, basically.
So, could I just ask another
Okay, so
question
like,
about
oh
the world?
yeah, get one more world
Okay,
question.
this is my world question. So, if there are different houses, they have different power, are we under the control of a particular house, a particular protectorate, or are we...
It's a good question. We've been into this bit before. The Raka was historically invented because there was just not enough food to keep the growing cities down the... Kikathra's down a river valley ending at a sort of southern icy bay, a southern hemisphere icy bay, which is like winter 6 months of the year. And it's surrounded by hunting and forests, and it's just not enough for large urban populations. So the Raka, which is at the very top where the Great Wood in the Valley stops and it goes out onto the plains, was founded as a farming area to supply the country with enough grain to make it through the winters, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not directly controlled by any one of these families. In the cities, it's very, very sort of regimented, and different areas are protected by different private armies, and everyone has to follow this sort of almost caste system.
Oh,
On the Raka, it's the Castellan, who's like the mayor of the town of Linake Raka, actually has like way more power than he should, and it's all about like just getting the job done, the practical farming, and you're sort of like out on the frontier. The whole noble situation is like diluted 50%.
Okay, and the rangers are specifically for the Raka anyway. So
Yeah,
it
so
wouldn't
it's
be an
more
issue
like the
back in
military commander and the city Castellan have all the power, and they just want to get the job done. So when Prince Callus arrived at Lenaki Raka just prior to the start of our timeline, that was a massive big deal, a big worry for the people of the. Just his presence there was a big deal.
Right.
For the people of the Wrecker. So now you two are from towns halfway, not the big capital, but sort of this area called Midtowns, halfway down the river.
Me and Hjani.
Yeah, so you're much more...
Are we from the same town?
No, it's an area called the Midtowns. There's 3 or 4 towns that have kind of half grown into each other about halfway down the river.
Okay. So I guess we're going to go to sleep up in this lookout.
Mm-hmm. So, back into the conversation. Mm-hmm. She said, "This is strange."
Oh, okay, sorry.
Before you do so,
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, you've already fallen asleep.
Aren't you the person that's actually interested in this stuff?
Yeah, I would be, but I can't get no respect here. So
yeah, but you're still.
I've got lots of questions.
You're a scribe. You ought to be the person who's taking this while I'm respectfully nodding and my eyes are glazing over.
I would, but I just can't take this shit that she's bringing up. Anyway, okay, I'm starting to doze off, but I'm continuing to listen.
Go on, drug haze. Princess.
Yeah, she does seem to be sort of slipping in and out of like the kind of druggy behavior again. Although physically she still seems upright and strong, I guess, because of the small dose of medicine you gave her. Okay, so finally she says, "Yeah, this is very strange. That castle was to be mine, and I was already there. I did like the fact that he would kill my men." Essentially is troubling to me.
What's your relationship like with your father?
Well, let me tell you, Hjani. He is as cold as he is brutal. But I care not, and I feel weird that I'm even discussing these matters in front of you guys.
Interject once again and make a suggestion? Maybe instead of flying straight back to town, you should fly back to the fortress you were normally in charge with and see if we could always... keep it a secret that we've recovered you and go in there and try and find out what is happening before we go directly back to your father.
It's a good idea. They have I have a stash there as well.
Yes, I thought you might. So we could land the ornithopter nearby without causing a scene. We could creep in there, find out what's going on, and
well, let's
then we can decide
let's find it first, and then I will think more upon your advice, and I will make the final decision.
Very well, my lady. Doffing my cap and tugging my forelock.
Okay, she falls asleep before any of you and is completely out of it.
Thank God, Jesus Christ. The worst thing is having to pretend that Hjani's our leader.
I don't like this pressure either. Yeah. I don't think I'm ready for it yet.
Sorry, we want to go back to her...
We go back to the ornithopter, we fly that close to... sorry, I can't say it.
Something
Lunar Nami.
Yeah, Lunar Nami. That's right.
We fly it back to Lunar Nami without being seen, so we're going to have to do a low-level, below-the-radar kind of a flight, which I've always wanted to try. We land there, we creep in, see what we can find out what's happening there, and see if we can...
see if there's been like a changing of the guard or anything?
Yeah, and just try and find out.
Because by the time we arrived, there was... pretty much just 1 or 2 guys.
Because look,
right?
if we just turn up in town and he wasn't really wanting us to save his daughter, then we're going to be in the shit. So we should find out who's shitting who.
And also a question: if she's right in her estimates, and we only have 48 hours before she kicks the bucket, what should we do about that?
We've got some stuff left, I think. As I was saying, a little.
But how do you bluff that out?
We'll work that when we need to.
I can bluff anything.
She'll be so out of it.
I've figured out. Don't worry.
She'll be so out of it.
I'm watching you guys have an elf conversation.
Are we talking in Elfin?
Human.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The human
please.
wants to
Human
speak.
things.
Seyda can speak Elven.
I know, but they're talking in elf slang. The only problem
We're
is
elfsplaining.
Elfsplaining. I think the problem is I seem to remember there was a time limit on getting the princess back to her dad, and he said that more people would be killed.
Oh, well, that's probably going to happen anyway because they're all batshit crazy.
Wasn't it
I
a
wouldn't
week?
worry about that. Yeah, it's a week. We've been out here for what, two days now? 3 days?
Couple days.
3 to 4, I think.
Yeah.
I think more. A day
There was
getting
a night here. There was a night there.
You've probably got about 2 days
a
to
night
get back
here, a night here. Yeah, it was all over. I'm gesturing on the map.
I don't think we should worry about that.
I'm kind of worried about it. More people are going to be killed.
Yeah, but think if we
people
go
who don't-
back
And
there and
also,
cause a
what-
huge
what-
incident.
I don't see what this directly all has to do with us, aside from just fulfilling our orders.
Because
and doing
I'm
this.
just saying, we might not have been meant to do our orders if he didn't want her to come back, and he's covering it up by executing the people that he blames for it. Then, if we go back with her, we could be disappeared.
It's a good plan. I think it's a good plan, but I think there should be some way to let it be known that she's back. Like a public announcement that she is safe.
I think we should save that until after we found out what's happening at Lunanami.
But it's only a week. We need to have it known for the whole population.
And how we can't telegraph it. We're the fastest thing that can carry information if we're in an ornithopter anyway. So it's
Question:
moot.
Who was her father planning on killing if she didn't get back in a week?
Lots of people.
I feel like if he didn't expect her back, that's probably an empty threat, right?
And also, he's going to kill lots of people anyway. He's an insane tyrant. Excuse me.
But if we have it known publicly that she's back, then he can't kill people without there being at least some kind of uprising or rebellion.
To make it known publicly, we'd have to fly all the way back there, and then that just means the whole plan that we've just come up with is
Let's
pointless.
do a side podcast where we discuss Catherine politics.
Yeah.
Let's drop her off.
I say, let's not worry about the time limit thing. He's crazy. Let's go to Lunanami because it'll be cool to creep about and find out what's going on with this whole shit, and then we can go back.
I say, let's drop her off. You summon some kind of magical bird with a note from her that can't be...
I only do beetles, I'm afraid.
You do
as fast as the beetle flies.
You do look on the back of your sheet. I think you do something called like a malicious raven. Or
I do a
something
fiendish
like
raven,
Fiendish.
and can I point out that if I did do that, the raven itself is evil, so probably wouldn't take the message. And also, I get
it's
depressed
non-corporeal,
if I
and it will disappear like
Let's-
7 months later. Shall we cut to the next morning now?
Yes, let's do it.
Did we sleep at all that
Can I
night?
posit
Bjorn
this
has
before
one thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just get the Lunanami and figure out what's going on there. If it's okay to do so, we can have somebody send word back to the city from there.
Yeah, we'll have an
Not
order.
just the king, though. We need to send it to the publishing houses, the rebels, all of the people.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Wait, who are the rebels?
These guys we know.
You know what? I'm too tired to pursue this.
Yeah, can we have another? sleep?
We might encounter Trask, and we can send our little buddy.
I heal something, right? We heal something?
don't
Here's
know.
another thing is that after Arpitani falls asleep, you notice that she has some belt pouches which are not fully closed, and you can see a couple of salves of balm in there. Hjani,
Yoink.
you yoink one to repeat that phrase and roll 1d8 plus 1. This is a super
Want me to
balm.
do that?
Yeah, or me, because I didn't heal when I
she's
She's
slept
got
the last
2 in
time.
her thing, and you've
No, I
just
mean-
robbed one.
I got sleight of hand.
Yeah, I was going to do that
I
with
can-
my
Can
prestidigitation.
I roll again?
Yes, you can. Roll it again.
That was 2
1
ones
second.
in a row
Okay.
for anyone listening.
What the
And that was a 2. Declarations are numbers, not swears.
2 plus 2.
If it's a
2
fuck,
plus
it's a
1.
1. If it's a
2
shit,
plus
it's a...
1. 3.
That's okay. 2 plus 1 is 3. You get 3 hit points back from that bomb. Okay, and you wake up and you head out back to the Misty Misty Maya.
Misty Meyer.
Do we also get like hit points from rest?
Oh yeah, hang on. Does anyone else apart from you get
Yeah,
I was hurt a little
and
bit.
I didn't get my hit points last time we rested, even though I asked about it and you just carried on.
Oh well,
going.
it's gone now because we can't turn back time. But
I
I only remember hearing Hjani saying she lost
okay.
hit
I did.
points.
I did
I lost
ask you,
hit
and then you
points too.
stared
Okay.
blankly and carried on talking. And you can listen back to the podcast.
Onas gets 2 points back.
All right.
Seyda gets 2 points back,
I'm on full.
and you're on full. Okay. But you had a restful, warm sleep in the cabin, and it was unbroken. Okay, so now returning to the Misty Maya. Entering the Misty Maya, you know your destination ahead of time by the circling of carrion birds in the sky above. You approach the crash site and the dry island from the same direction as last time. The land bridge to the main island is ahead of you now. You can make out the tents still standing where you left them. Black feathered birds take turns pecking at the hobgoblin corpses and body parts. Others circle overhead, cawing and screeching, perhaps urging the others on to depart and flee the incoming winter. To your left, the large swamp pool steams, its warm water reacting to the cooling air. Knowing where to look, having partially hidden it beneath vines and foliage, you see the ornithopter. The large gold bird has sunk further in your absence. One of the wings has tilted downwards and disappeared under the surface. You have got the same visual aid, which doesn't count for podcasting, as before. You're in the Maya. The Maya has these land bridges and dry islands in between the swamp. You are on one. There's a small land bridge leading to that large, dry island where the tents are still standing. The corpses are there. They've been picked over by the last birds of the autumn. And off to your left, you see the now even more sunken ornithopter, sort of partially covered by your camouflage, and you're on the southern island there, just like when you first entered this area. So from now, it's in character dialogue or direct actions because you don't know what's here or not. Scene in.
Shit. Look at that.
Does anyone have knowledge engineering?
Well, let's go down and check it out. We might be able to just climb it and use our magic word and see if we can just pull the thing out of there without, having to do
let's try it.
Pretty much. So we're going to go down there and we're going to uncover it, make sure it's as uncovered as it can be.
Do we want to go straight to the ornithopter, or you just want to check
those corpses, see if anything's changed? No, let's go straight down there and uncover that ornithopter, get in, and power it up.
Okay, can I get a general marching order for action and approaching things across land bridges and through Mayas?
Marching order.
Who goes in? So who goes in first generally?
We're coming from here?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you can just jump down into the Maya from the island you're on now.
How about a Hjani and Seyda sandwich then?
Yeah, I'm going to take the rear because I can do just range.
So who's first? Sorry.
All right. I'll go first.
You go first. I'll come behind. And
Yeah.
then you...
Hjani,
Yes.
Arpitani,
Yep.
Bjorn,
Yep.
Onas,
Yep.
Seyda.
Okay, I got it. So,
I have my
Hjani,
bow
you're up
drawn.
front. Hjani, you're going to take out your bow and
Yeah.
have it drawn. Okay, you draw your bow, you descend into the mire, which is still miry. It's a little more solid than usual, the temperature perhaps, but it's still sticky. You sort of slide down the side of the land island into the sort of weird tree line, the trees with the strange trees with the creepers hanging down, and you all follow one by one carefully. Now you are being vigilant and have your bow drawn. So, what is your spot skill?
My spot skill is 1.
Okay, now you're going to roll that, and actually I can't tell you why, but you're looking for a 20. It's a DC 20 roll.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm not going to make that. 4 plus 1, 5.
Almost.
Okay, and directly behind you is Arpitani, so we'll give her... okay, she has no idea what it looked like the first time, so... Again, don't read into that. We're going to role play it properly. Arpitani, whether she did the spot or not, would not be able to know the difference between setups. So you're going closer and closer and closer across into the mire. You're being careful like before, but the lead person's still going to have to make their swim check just to be sure.
All right, my swim is a plus 3, so...
And this time you have to be a 12 because you know your way around it more.
All right, 12. 17 plus 3, 20.
Okay, Hjani skillfully leads you through the mire, avoiding the deep patches, not getting into trouble, not getting any lower than thigh deep, picking out the correct path. As you're getting closer, you see it's still covered with the vines and foliage you pulled off the tree. I'm going to give you a second spot check since you're closer, and this time it's 18.
All right, my spot check was plus 1, and I roll a 15, so 16, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, nothing seems to be out of order, and you all reach the ornithopter, which is covered in a huge long vine with branches and leaves and some broken bits of foliage and stuff. And it's tilted.
We
One
did
of the
it,
wings is
we hit it and then quit it.
sunken right in. Yeah.
Let's unhit it and get in it.
So let me take very specific actions then, Onas.
Okay, well, I'm going to start getting crap off it. I'm going to climb up there.
You're going to start clearing the
off,
stuff.
which we also do.
Seyda?
I'm going to swim round to the slightly sunken wing and see if I can nudge it up a little bit out.
You can kind of sort of slop your way around with steps because it's sort of a bit... It pushed up all the earth around it, right?
Slop on, sister.
So you go to check the wing, Bjorn?
I guess I'll assist in clearing the foliage.
Okay, Hjani?
I keep my bow drawn, and I'm just doing a...
Sweep.
Yeah, sweep.
You can look
270?
out.
Okay,
270, okay.
so you keep watching. Arpitani is just looking at it Looks quite happy with herself. Oh, the ornithopter. At that point, while I'm about to describe what happens, I want you all to pay attention to what your reflex save is. The first thing you notice when you start the people clearing it, is that this vine is really thick and fibrous and almost scratchy. And it looks like everything covering it is attached to it. And you realize this is not what we put over it. It's like a single massive thick ropey vine as big as a human neck. It's like 20, 30 feet long, and it ropes all the way back almost to the tree. All the other pieces on it, Colin, you motherfucker. All the other pieces of it are attached to that central vine, and you notice the leaves are weird. They have almost like the veins of the leaves are almost thick like tendrils and have hooks on the end of them. Certain members of the party are picturing another metaphor as I describe. Yeah, look.
Colin keeps pointing at his groin. I just...
Yeah, and then I said the word thick tendrils as big as fingers.
I think it was veiny. It was the veiny.
Yeah, the veins are thick, and it's fibrous and sharp, and it has hooks on it.
Have you got a picture you've drawn?
No. Anyway, let's...
You can check polymorphself.com for a picture.
No, but there are plenty of websites online where you can get such pictures. Anyway, yeah. Elicited a knowing nod from Bjorn. Yeah, and at that point, it starts to slowly come alive. This is a living creature.
God, sorry.
He can't take it. I knew that would get you.
Start the whole thing again. I won't look at Colin. Jesus Christ. Oh.
By the whole thing
I'll
again.
tell you what.
The entire time we're trying to uncover this ornithopter, I keep turning to Onas just huh? You know what this is like?
For anyone who's going to go back and re-listen to that section, as I start the description of the vine, Bjorn, Colin pointed at his crotch, intimating that it was a phallus. I'll use that word sort of podcast. And then, of course, all the descriptions have been feeding into that. And poor old Adam here was desperately trying to be a good cast member and not crack.
Trying so hard.
But he couldn't take it when I said it's a living... And I'm going to say the thing about it coming alive again, so you've got to really try hard.
Yep, not going to laugh.
Me too. I can't say it myself. But laughing. At that point, it starts to move and come alive. You notice that all the parts are connected to the same thing. This is not what you left here. Covering it. And, Onas, you get a slight sort of tingling in your brain.
I didn't do anything.
You motherfucker. Because you sense magic. Oh god, this
I believe in miracles.
It all went so hardcore so quickly.
There you are.
Yeah.
Why I think this encounter I'm going to end up covered in a sticky sap-like substance.
You see what happened is we're doing so well getting the podcast back on track because we're doing so well, and Colin sabotaged the whole thing with
Colin,
one crotch point.
You reading sexual innuendo into this perfectly from
this thing about the
Such
fibrous
innocent.
writhing vine. Like, why would a fibrous writhing vine with veins sound phallic?
You're
I
listening
don't
to
get
erotic
it.
D&D.
This,
It was fine, right?
This is what we're going to use to prove we're legitimate, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
This is what we're recording now. Now, guys, I'm going to have to say it all again and get it on tape before we can take any kind of break, which means, Colin, you can't even look at any other cast member.
My bad.
You can't look at anyone.
Leave the room.
You can't look at anyone, and Adam, you too.
I'm close.
Yeah, but then you'll start picturing
Yeah.
Japanese tentacle porn, basically.
Don't picture your magical
What's your reflex
tingling.
save, by the way.
Don't even look. Don't look.
Don't tingle.
Okay, here we go.
Just tap me when it's done.
Here we go. As you start to clear the foliage off the... Oh my god, wankers. As you start to clear the foliage off the ornithopter, you notice that it's all attached to this vine and that it starts to move. This is a living creature. A malevolent living creature. Oh my god, I'm never going to be able to do it now. This is a living creature which is alive, and it's going to start attacking you. And my mind's been broken by innuendo. The reason I asked you to look up your reflex save is because, as Onas detects with the tingling in his brain, magic has come to play from this, whatever this living thing is, and the plants of the swamp around you start coming alive magically and grasping your legs and waists, immobilizing you, just like a magic entangle spell. All of you feel like vines and roots and swamp foliage start to come alive and like try to immobilize you. So everyone is going to have to make a DC, he's got it written down, 13 reflex save not to be immobilized by the magically alive plants. And these are separate from the creature itself. It's somehow
so there's
doing
one
this.
big plant on the ornithopter,
And it's manipulating other plants to grab your legs. So we'll start with Onas. So what's your reflex save number?
Okay, my reflex save is 3.
So you got +3. You've got to beat 13.
Okay, here we go. I'm rolling. I got a 2 plus 3. That's nowhere near.
Okay, you get your legs and waist become immobilized by like creepers that wrap around you. Robyn.
I've got a +6. I have 5 + 6 is 11.
You also,
Very good.
your arms, your legs, all these plants come snaking out of the water and just grab all your limbs, immobilizing you.
All right.
Bjorn.
I've got a +6. And that's a 6. That's 12.
Same again. You get smothered by like magically animated foliage.
I have a +6 as well. 19 + 6. Sweet. I'm okay.
Hjani manages to hack away at some of them, get her legs out, avoid it, and skillfully is not at the moment caught up. Now, by the way, it's a partial save, which means that you are not caught up. But if you wanted to move a location significantly, you'd be at like half speed and actions, having to move through it. But as you are now, you can move freely. And someone's got to roll for Ep19 as well.
I'll roll for RP.
Reflex save
All right,
is... Her reflex is +9.
+9. All right. And she has an 11 + 9, 20.
So Hjani and Ep19 are not immobilized, whilst 3 of you are, and the assassin vine prepares to attack. So now we're going to roll for initiative between the assassin vine and the 2 people who are not immobilized. It has +0 on initiative, and it gets 14.
I have a +5 on initiative, and I get a 12, so 17.
And Ep19 has +3. She gets a 9, which is 12 also. So it's you.
No, so I got like a 17.
Yeah, and I've already forgotten what I rolled for the assassin vine.
Not that
You
high.
rolled like a 9, I believe. No, you rolled a 12. There's a 14, a 12, and a 9.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
14, so
14's
it's
the
in the middle. So
assassin
Hjani goes first, then the assassin vine, then Ep19, and then you guys will attempt to see what you're going to do. And I've forgotten something. Luckily, I wrote it down. There's an exception to the save of being done in with the assassin vine. Is if someone's got an exceptional escape artist skill. If they can beat a DC 20 escape artist check, their natural skill can get them out of this. So in a moment, when it's Bjorn's action, you have the option of trying to beat this thing another way. Yeah. Escaping another way, yeah. So let's start with Hjani. Your action is first. You see plants rise magically out of the swamp and immobilize most of the party. And this vine covering the ornithopter is a living creature preparing to attack. What do you do?
Okay, so I rapid shot 2 parts of the vine.
Okay, so you're going to shoot it at point blank. Oh, you got a point. You're really, really close, right? But you've got the point blank skill, right? So we'll allow it. Its armor class, which mainly comes from... Its covering basically is 15.
Okay, so I have a +8 to my attack bonus, but with rapid shot, was it
-2?
-2 for both, right? So +6. All right, so +8 so +6 + 17, so that's 23.
So the first one hits and penetrates enough.
And it is it penetrates enough, does it?
Yes.
1d8 + 1. So 6 + 1, 7.
Okay, 7 points of damage. And the second shot?
Second shot is a 3 + 6, so 12.
Yeah, so it sort of hits and then doesn't penetrate and drops down into the mire. So you lose that arrow actually.
Damn.
Then you've got, I don't know where you're keeping track of how many arrows. Usually, if I don't mention it, you just get them. You can just pick them up. But if I say they're broken or lost, you have to then knock one down. Yeah.
So I have 99 arrows.
99 arrows. Get out.
It's 2 times 50 arrows that I had, so 99.
You could carry that in a quiver. You can carry up to 30.
Okay.
The others are in storage somewhere in your bag or whatever.
In your butt.
All right, 29 arrows.
Okay, and
29 arrows.
Ep19 will try to hack at it with her sword, her longsword +5, and its armor class is 15. She gets a 15 +5, doing 1d8 damage. 4, so she has a hack at it too. Now it's its turn. And it's going to attack one of you guys. Now, it doesn't have a strategy because it's sentient but not very intelligent. So I'm going to flip the d4.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be swayed by Colin's motions.
It is sentient, but not very intelligent.
Maybe I'll make a DM's overruling to say that it attacks Bjorn. But in fact, it attacks Seyda.
Oh.
The main vine lashes a vine lashes out at you, and it's called a slam attack +7. What's your AC?
18.
18. So gets 8 + 7 is 15.
Ha.
So you manage to, despite your legs being immobilized, you manage to sort of crouch down and deflect this sort of slam attack from this sort of plant mass. And then it's going to try its second attack, which is to constrict someone. And that is going to be number 1, Onas.
Yeah, try it.
You see branches of the main vine start to wrap around you. You're already entangled at the feet and try to squeeze the life out of you, which is a grapple attack. And its grapple attack is actually +12.
Right.
What's your AC?
My AC is 12.
So I guess a -1 is what it's a natural 1 is its only chance of
Getting
missing. Yeah, it rolls an 18 + 12. It gets 30. You feel branches
is that
of the
good?
vine. Yeah, you feel branches of the vine wrap around you, crushing and squeezing your bones and muscles for 1d6 +7 damage.
Oh, this could be it, guys, because
What's your hit points do you have?
I'm on 9 now, I think. Oh, no, I'm on 10.
Oh,
Because
shit.
I was denied my sleeping things earlier. So
Well, I rolled a, and I won't touch that, so Hjani can see it from here, right? A 2 + 7 is 9.
9. Okay, so I'm down to 1 hit point.
So you see the vine wrap around Onas's immobilized body and crush him so hard that blood starts pouring out of his nose and mouth.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, really? Blood comes out my nose and mouth? Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, you're invoking a non-existent deity in this world and others if I want to be a dick about it, but yeah. No, yeah.
Oh, he went there!
War on Christmas.
And what's...
So Onas is in big trouble, which brings us round to the next round of actions of the immobilized people. Bjorn.
Hi. I'm gonna do an escape artist roll. My escape artist is again +10.
And you need a 20 to get out of magical entangle.
No big deal. That's 14 total.
Okay, you try to use your formidable escape artist skills to get out, but you are both half submerged in a swamp and magically entangled, and it's not going to fly. Seyda,
I'm going to hack at it with my greatsword.
hack at it with your greatsword to try and get free of the vines. Okay, so you can easily hack at this stuff. What's the damage range?
The damage range?
Of like, what do you roll for damage on
Oh.
your greatsword?
2d6 + 2.
Okay, so if you can beat 8 points of damage, you can hack free.
May I have
now.
another d6? Yep. 4 + 4 is 8 + 2 is 10.
Okay, so you hack away and you manage to get your legs free in time for the next action. Onas.
Oh, can I actually do anything other than gargle on my own
Nobody
blood?
wants to hear gargling in a microphone.
As long as you're... Well, that's an accurate portrayal of what he's saying, but as long as you're not down to 0, you are capable of doing actions.
So now that I'm being crushed, can I move any part of my body at all?
Oh, no, you're entangled by the magically animated plants.
Sure.
The crush thing is not still holding you. It just sort of like... Its attack was to wrap one
I
branch
thought it was
around you
okay, I
and
thought it was
squeeze you.
constricting me. And even though it's magic, I don't get any kind of spell save on it because it's not actually a spell, I guess.
That's right.
All right, well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Can I just grasp it and shock it with my shocking grasp?
The assassin vine or the plants grabbing your legs?
Well, I guess I can't reach the assassin vine because I've got my legs
Well,
being
as
grabbed
it
by a...
well, it was constrict. It did a it did a. You're on top of it, and it did a constriction attack on you, so it's definitely within range for a touch
Oh,
attack.
sorry. I thought that the things that were on my legs had wrapped themselves up further up my body and constricted me, but you're saying that...
No, what happened
Okay.
was, first of all, its magical ability to animate the plants around you entangled you.
Oh,
Then one
okay.
of its main branches grabbed you and crushed you. and let
Okay,
go
if I
again.
can reach that main branch, then fuck that guy. I'm going to shocking grasp him.
You can easily touch it. In fact, you can
Done.
only miss with a natural 1,
Okay.
which would represent you just being... You tried to move and just spit blood out and feel it ill.
Well, here we go. I rolled a 4, so that's...
Okay, you managed to get a hand on one branch of the assassin vine.
Okay, this is, again, 3d6 of
Yeah,
damage.
you send a charge of electricity
I'm
blasting
rolling
through it.
2d6 here, then I'll roll another one after that. So that's a 3 and a 1, which is 4, and my third dice is a 6, so that's 10.
You send a formidable, using that word again, shock of electricity through it. And much to your surprise, it has absolutely zero effect, allowing you to realize that assassin vines have immunity to electricity.
Oh, well, hey, I found out the hard way, guys. See you on the other side.